Hello and welcome you all to today's lead code challenge. This is our day 294 and today's lead code question is question number 3151, special array. First type of this question. An array is considered to be special if every pair of its adjacent elements contains two numbers with different parity. We have given an array of integers called nums, and we have to return true if nums is a special array, otherwise we have to return false. And this special array means that every adjacent pair must have to contains numbers with different parity. With different parity means that every adjacent pair have to be opposite of that. That if one of the number in that pair is even, the other should have to be an odd, or vice versa. Let us take the example number one. The example number one contains only one element. That means there is no adjacent element for that. Then we have to return true because it does not have any other number, other adjacent number to check with. And let us take the example number two. This is 2, 1 and 4. So what could be the possible adjacent pairs that can be formed from this? The one possible pair is 2, 1, and the other possible pair is 1, 4. The pair 2, 1 is a special pair because in this 2 is even and 1 is odd, and the other pair 1, 4 is also a special, that is 1 is odd and the other adjacent is even. So we have to return true in that condition. So our basic intuition will be that we have to check for every adjacent element. We can start our loop from I equals to 1, and let us check that the current element and its previous element contains numbers with different parity or not. Like this, I equals to 1 and I is less than n. If nums of I and 1 is equals to nums of I minus 1 and 1, that means this nums of I is a current element, that is 1, and nums of I minus 1 is the previous element of this, that means 2. We take an AND with 1. The AND basically used in the place for remainder. This is a bitwise AND, so this will operate on bits. This will basically check the last bit present in this nums of I. If the last bit in nums of I is 1, then this nums of I and 1 will convert it to 1. That means that this nums of I is basically a odd number, and if it is an even number, then this will convert it to 0. So we must check that if it is a odd, equals to it is a odd, and if both parities are equal, that means if this is odd equals to this is odd, then we have to return false. And if, let us suppose, if this number is a even, that means this will generate 0, and this number is also even, that means this is also generating 0. That means that this pair is basically contains numbers with same parity, so we also have to return false. And if there is no pair found in the input array that contains number with same parity, then we have to return true. Let us run our code. Yes, it is running fine. So let us submit this and check. Yes, this is running fine, and this will beat 100% of users in time complexity and also in memory complexity. So let us visualize our input array. What the our input array states that. Let us took the example number 1 first. The example number 1 contains only one element, that is this contains one as input here. So for this one the n should be 1 and the index for this one is 0. So our I will start from 1, that means I starts from 1, and I will check if 1 is less than 1. 1 is not less than 1, so this condition gets false and this for loop will never execute, so this will return simply true. So in case if the input array contains only one element or no element, the true answer is returned to this function. So this first input will return true to the caller. Now let us took the example number 2. What the example number 2 states. Example number 2 contains 3 elements, that means 0, 1 and 2 indexes. Let us name the indexes as 0, 1 and 2. The element in example 2 are 2, 1 and 4. Let us put elements in this 2, 1 and 4. Let us make that a little bit thick, so the 2, 1 and 4. For this example given input array, our n should be equals to 3. So for this n is equals to 3. Like this, and I will start from 1 here. I will start from 1, and this I will check if nums of I and 1. Nums of I is 1, so in bits 1 is represented as 0, 0, 0 and 1. Basically at this 0th place 1 is there, and other 31 bits are 0, initialized with 0, and end of this, that means like this, bitwise end with this. So bitwise end will converted this 1 and 1, that means true and true to true, and other bits are 0, 0. In decimal this is 1, that means nums of I and 1 will generate 1 as answer if this is equals to nums of I minus 1, that is 2, and 2 in bits is written as like this, 2 and 1, that means bitwise and with 2. This 1 and 0 is basically 0, and there are also 0 0 0 0 till 31, so this 1 and 0 is also 0 0 and 0, so this will generate 0 as answer. So for this, if 1 is, this will check if 1 is equals to 0. If 1 is equals to 0, no, the if condition is false, so I is incremented. So these all will now replaced, and I now will point to this 2 here. I is now pointing to 2, and check if nums of I is 4, and 4 in bits is represented as 0 0 1 0. Let us 0 1 0 0, and bitwise, and with this will 0 and 1 is 0 in bitwise, and this 0, and here is 0 as well, so that is 0 0 0. So this nums of I will generate as answer 0 if this is equals to nums of I minus 1, that is this 1, and 1 is represented like 0 0 0 1 bitwise, and with 1 1 and 1 is 1, and other 31 bits are 0 0 0 0, so this will generate 1 as the answer in decimal, and this will generate 0 as the answer in decimal. So the if condition will check if 0 equals to minus 1, no, this is not true, so I will again increment it to 3, that means I is now 3, I will now points to here, and the for loop will check if 3 is less than 3. If 3 is less than 3, no, 3 is not less than 3, so this will generate false, and the for loop will end. This for loop will end, and this in second input array will return true as the answer, so this will return true to the caller. And similarly for input array nums, input array number 3, we have we have 4 elements, 4 3 1 and 6. Like this, and let us input our elements in this. 4 3 1 and 6. The size of this input array, that is n, is equals to 4. N now contains 4, and I will start from 1 first index, that means from here, and I is equals to 1 is definitely less than 4. That means this, yes, I is within the range of this 4, so for loop condition will return true, and the cursor will move to inside the for loop and check if nums of I is 3, and 3 is binary in written as 0, 0, 1 and 1. AND operator with 1, this 1 and 1 will return 1 and other will return 0, 0, 0, 0. That means this in decimal will generate 1. So for this 1 is generated. If this nums of I and 1 is equals to its previous element, that is 4, and 4 is written as 0, 1, 0, 0 with and 1, 1 and 0 is 0 and other are also 0, so this will generate an answer as 0 in decimal. 1 is equals to 0, no, then the if condition get false and I is incremented to 2. So let us erase all this. I will now points to this 2, and condition of for loop will check again. If this 2 is less than 4, yes, 2 is less than equals to 4, so we go inside the for loop and check if nums of I, that is 1 and 1 in bitwise, is written as 0, 0, 0, 1. If this nums of I and 1, that means an AND operator, this will generate an answer in decimal as 1. So 1 is equals to nums of I minus 1, that is 3, and 3 in bitwise is written as 0, 0, 1 and 1, and operator with 1, and this 1 and 1 will 1, and 1 and 0 is 0, that means other bits are 0, 0, and this will generate an answer as 1 in decimal. Now 1, if the if condition check if 1 is equals to 1, yes, this condition is true, so we go inside the if loop, if condition, and return false. So this third input will return false as the answer to caller. False answer to this caller, and this false is basically returned because of this pair contains two elements with same parity. That means these two are both odd numbers. If this is a case that this will contain 6, so we will return false because of this pair first. That means that these two elements are both odd, so this will also return false as the answer to caller. So basically this is a simple concept for bitwise AND operator, and we can use a modulus operator as well. we can use a modulus operator with two to check whether the given element is a even or not. If this will return 0 if this is an even element, and again this will return 0 if this is also even element, and if both are even or both are odd, then this will return false to the caller. But we prefer to use the AND operator because to increase our to decrease our time complexity, basically, because bitwise operators works faster than the modulus operator. So this will now concluded our video for today's LeetCode challenge, and thank you so much guys for keep supporting, and do like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like this video, and thank you so much guys.